Talk Radio 790 KABC. You're listening to Karl Gerber, Workplace Lawyer Show. And I'm Karl Gerber. That's right. My name is Karl Gerber. And I've been representing employees since 1993. I got pretty successful. I got licensed in 4 states. I bought 3 buildings for the law firm, won lots of cases, and I love Los Angeles and California.
Hey, and my name is Dombass. A lot of people think that Doom is pronounced the same way as dumb.
I have 6 published appellate decisions in the law books.
I always try not to read what is in the law books because it don't make no difference.
In my career, I've lost 1 binding arbitration and 1 jury trial.
I've never actually won a trial, but that don't matter at all because I've always been paid to represent the party who goes on and loses.
Gee, it doesn't sound like we have anything in common, Dumas.
Of course we do. We're both lawyers.
Yeah, but the state bar never sent me a cease and desist letter.
Hey, that don't make no difference. The state bar never punished anybody unless they steal lots of money from their clients.
Good thing Dumas is on the phone. I don't want to be too close to him. And that is true. If an attorney royally rips off the client, the state bar is too wussy to prosecute. I had that case where the lawyer overbilled the disabled man $300 and some thousand, and he wanted about $445 by the time he settled the man's case for $250. I won the binding arbitration against the lawyer for overcharging, and he was supposed to refund about $250. Why only $250? Who knows? The arbitrator was trying to be fair, maybe, or just split the baby like those arbitrators do in tens of thousands of, cases and all those fees they earn. And the state bar didn't end up doing anything about that lawyer.
Hey, you should start representing clients on a contingency and charging them hourly, too.
I wouldn't get any clients in Southern California.
How come you didn't say it wouldn't be no good of a deal to charge both ways?
If I charge some sub-market rate like $150 an hour or even $200 an hour and, said that paid for the overhead and then wanted a 10 or 15% contingency, that wouldn't be unconscionable. They do that in other states, just not in California anymore. Things are, hire me on a contingency, let me spend lots of time on your employment case. I'll advance the cost, and at the end of the day, I'm paid a percentage. Maybe I'll earn $200 an hour. You can't get a paralegal for that.
Oh, wait a minute. I know I'm the only one charging 75% contingency at $250 an hour when I cut those clients that special rate.
I hope you're the only one, Dumas. Although if the case is completely risky and out there, like, I guess on this show there's a higher percent that might be warranted.
These days, I'm doing a lot of wills and trusts.
Do you have any experience doing wills and trusts?
Well, I can't say that I do.
Then why are you doing that kind of work?
Well, that's funny because, to be honest with you, Gerber, a lot of people say I'm not the most honest person. Since we're so tight, I've been on this show so many times. I've even helped look for the soldiers' genitals. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Maybe you'll get rich on it, too. A lot of doctors these days think they're going to die.
Well, that's horrible, but unfortunately true due to this nightmare the country is in right now.
Yeah, well, those doctor guys are so anxious to get their wills in order. They don't care about meeting me. I don't really want to be meeting them anyway with all those viruses they're carrying around in them stethoscopes.
I'm not sure I want to hear about this.
I get them their wills. Everything's going to be okay because most of them aren't going to die anyway.
Well, I hope that's not the case.
Well, they're getting wills because all the doctor people are getting infected and all the people over a certain age are getting in serious cases and dying.
Well, I know our government doesn't care much about Social Security. They're pretty hostile towards medical insurance and health care in general. Maybe this is part of the scheme to rid the nation of a population the big 73-year-old fool in the White House thinks aren't helping the economy.
Oh, damn, that's nasty. Dombass likes two things, people and money and Nuru massages. And horsies, hot dogs too, and street vendors. The Big Apple where I'm from. Did I mention I also love the stuff I do with the Nuru nurses?
Yeah, it must be hard for a single guy like you living in a small apartment and not able to get those hot dogs off the fryers attached to shopping carts these days.
Hey, do you know do you know much about wills and codicils?
Very little. I had a case never and a class in wills and trusts in law school. I think that stuff was on the bar, but that's pretty hazy.
Well, it's a good con. You don't even have to meet with the clients and you get a K, a pop.
I'm certainly not an expert on wills, but I do believe there are some rules about not writing a will in one's own handwriting. And if you do that, the will has to be witnessed in order to be valid.
Yeah, that's why I've got Nazuki witnessing the wills.
I think the testator, the person who has the will drawn up, has to have their signature witnessed by two people.
Yeah, me and Nazuki.
People have to be disinterested.
I couldn't give a crap if the doctor dies. I ain't interesting. I don't know about Nazuki.
I'm not sure the drafting attorney is disinterested.
Well, this is one thing I know absolutely nothing about.
I've heard the drafting attorney might be an okay witness, especially if they're the executor of the will, but that might depend on the state.
See, you do know more than me.
Well, unquestionably, but I'm not saying I do in the case of wills and trusts.
Well, if the client don't have no time to sign the will at my desk in the parking lot of the Lucky 7 Tarzana for $500 extra, I'll risk my health and send it to them via U.S. mail after Nazuki and I witness it.
You're supposed to be witnessing the signature of the testator.
I am.
What do you think you're signing that you witnessed?
Oh, I see lots of things in the Nuru massage clinic. I see it through them thin painter's plastic separating the rooms. That was when they had lots of people come in and out. People still come, but now they live there on the cots with the Nuru nurses.
I'm gonna report that lack of social distancing.
Hey, since maybe you might know, I wanted to ask you if it's okay to pay a Nuru nurse to say she witnessed the will being signed if she really did it.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I was thinking that it might be the way to do it, being that you're saying there has to be a witness to the will being signed, and all the Nuru nurses can't be doing the stuff Nuru nurses do on account of that business shutdown thing,
Well, I'm glad to hear the Nuru nurses aren't sliding around on customers, even if they are wearing wetsuits with holes cut out and around those sexual organs of theirs.
Hey, they could be doing that, just not in Nazuki's Lucky 7 Tarzana, unless they're doing the girlfriend experience.
Oh, wow. This is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show, and, I'm trying to take the new client calls. If we don't get any new clients in the next 2 or 3 months, that will catch up with us. So do call me during normal business hours at the office, 877 525-0700. If you're ready to go, your lawsuit's ready to go, you've actually been fired, if you've been sexually harassed, 877-525-0700. If there are wages that you're owed, 877-525-0700. We're trying to do business, even though it's crazy times right now. We'll be back in a minute to hear more of Dombass on the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show on Talk Radio 790 KABC.
Stupid people everywhere. Stupid people got stupid.
Since 1993, the Employment Lawyers Group has been a consistent force in fighting for the rights of California employees. They've represented thousands of employees in cases in which they've lost their jobs, been sexually harassed, discriminated against at work, or owed wages individually or as a group such as a class action. The Employment Lawyers Group has maintained a high win rate and a serious record before the California courts. Please call 877-525-0700 for an experienced work lawyer. That's 877-525-0700. They have call takers standing by. Online, research the firm at worklawyerca.com. They have offices throughout Southern California. If you hire the Employment Lawyers Group, your legal problem becomes theirs to solve.
The Dear Happy Show.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
Hi, Happy. It seems like all I ever hear is bad news.
Here's good news. At Carl's Jr., you can get 2 California Classic Double Cheeseburgers for just $5. Double meat, double cheese, double affordable.
Available for a limited time only. Participate in Carl's Jr. restaurants. Tax not included. Price of participation may vary.
The Smell Good Plumbers at Mike Diamond will unclog your drain for $99. Having your stoppage unstopped by these aroma-friendly technicians can save you money, prevent flooding inside your home, and remove all unnecessary worry from your life. Your drain will drain more efficiently, your pipes will flow smoother, and your faith in mankind will be restored. This $99 unstopped rate applies to kitchen sinks, mainline sewer stoppages, and all 5 coronary arteries. Schedule an appointment today, and your Mike Diamond plumber will show up on time, act professional, and smell better than a new car wrapped in bacon. You will be able to get back to life sooner, focus on things that really matter, and avoid the unsanitary atrocities of Bubba the Butt Crack Plumber.
No Bubba's here, ma'am.
Got a clogged drain? Reference the $99 stoppage page at thesmellgoodplumber.com. Then call 800-446-MIKE. Contractor license number 399170.
This is Mike Diamond, and I guarantee my plumber will show up on time and smell good, or your house call is free.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see your practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
I earned a bachelor's in hospitality management. I managed a restaurant for a while and enjoyed helping others, but I wanted a different way to serve. Then I discovered the Felician Way and enrolled in Felician University's Accelerated Nursing Program. Felician ABSN is offered in 2 accelerated formats, a hybrid program in Parsippany and an on-ground program in Rutherford. Plus, Felician University provides a values-based education, which is important to me. Discover the Felician Way. Search Felician ABSN.
In these unprecedented times, count on AM790 KABC to keep you informed with accurate, up-to-the-minute news on COVID-19. Stay safe, stay informed. AM790 KABC.
Talk Radio 790 KBC. This is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show. I'm Karl Gerber. I'm a real workplace lawyer. I've got Dombass on the phone, who is probably the most incompetent lawyer I've ever met. Well, there are a lot of them. And we were talking about how there is no more of these neuro nurses, I guess, doing what they do at the neuro massage clinic. And I'm wondering, Dombass, since your office is in the parking lot there, where are those nurses doing the old slip and slide these days, if not at the Lucky 7 Tarzana?
Well, a lot of them get dispatched to the states that don't have no stay-at-home orders yet, so wherever those places are.
If they are asymptomatic, they could be spreading the virus.
Well, Nazuki had Ikuki quarantined on a rowboat for 14 days before she went into Greenland. They ain't got no cases there. A lot of guys were just dying to get a Nuru massage, especially by Nazuki's best Nuru nurse. I mean, they didn't care if they died.
Have all of her neuro masseuses been dispatched away from Reseda?
I think you mean Tarzana.
No, the city has confirmed to me that the Lucky 7 Tarzana is not in Tarzana.
Well, I think Nazuki gave some of the Nuru nurses the options of doing a one-on-one experience.
What does that mean?
You know, the girlfriend experience. They get hooked up with one of those guys for a while.
Oh, yeah, simple prostitution. Sure, we heard about it on episode 86 and episode 87 of this show. Karl Gerber with the Cage Channel on YouTube, where Angel, some washed-up child actress who was working as a madame, claimed the whole brothel experience would lead to young women becoming better negotiators.
Well, I don't know nothing about them not being good negotiators. For a while there, when I was representing all of the businesses who bought those defective cooking things, they put on the shopping carts, and they make those real good hot dogs. Oh, they used to serve them up on the streets. I hired one of Nazuki's Nuru nurses to be my claims negotiator.
It's a pity that woman didn't stay with you.
Yeah, come winter, it gets sort of cold out in the parking lot of the Lucky 7 Tarzana. A lot of the guys were saying obscene things to her about how her things looked were sticking out of her shirt. They decided to go back into work in the shower rooms where at least they had steam when the customers came in.
Are you working from home these days, Dumas?
I am what they call an essential employee.
Oh, you're working for somebody else now. Please tell me who, so I can do a public service announcement about the quality of legal representation they might get.
Hey, I am the boss, don't you know?
Well, but it must be easy for you to work out of your apartment, especially on account of you being by yourself.
I told you a long time ago I wanted to be part of a condo association. After the case where I represented those vendors out on the streets, I made out like a toilet paper bandit. I had enough bread to put a down on a condo over by MacArthur Park.
Huh. Is your desk still in the parking lot of the Lucky 7 Tarzana?
Yeah, that's right. Lots of fresh air. The sky's been looking like a blue icy since everybody was ordered to stay home.
You're writing wills for doctors from your desk in the parking lot of the Lucky 7 Tarzana? Actually, Reseda?
Yeah, I'm not writing different wills for them doctors. It's all the same will. It don't matter if they got family, a houseboat, or they're living in their dead mom's old RV.
Are a lot of doctors living in RVs these days?
They say that those are the responsible ones who don't want to go home and go infect their families. I said maybe you could get a cot over in the Lucky 7 Tarzana. Now that most of Nazuki's tenants moved out, they could get some benefits there too. You know, cots with benefits.
I thought the Nuru nurses weren't slipping and sliding over there right now.
Oh, that's the benefits. They can do all the slipping and sliding they want. If it's another tenant, it's just like living in the same apartment building.
Yeah, but the Nuru nurses aren't tenants.
Yeah, I don't know why you keep saying that. Some of them live in the VIP shower room that used to be my office. Some live in the towel closet. A lot of them live on the same cot as one of them doctors if they're doing an in-house girlfriend experience. The doctors check out all their parts for free.
Can I give you some advice, Dumas?
Sure. Especially if it's for free.
If you want to avoid getting the coronavirus, stay as far away as possible from the Lucky 7 Tarzana.
Hey, why are you saying that? Nazuki's testing everybody with the thermometer before they come into the clinic.
The same thermometer?
Nah, not everybody's that kinky.
Kinky? I mean, I don't think thermometer tests to see if someone has a fever is perverted. Lots of employers are doing it.
Well, to tell you the truth, Gerber, other than over at the vet when I used to have a cat, I ain't never seen one of those stuck back there.
I think the thermometer is used to test for the coronavirus aren't stuck in. I mean, I guess I could say it. It's scientific, and I don't want employees to think they might have the thermometer stuck in their back orifice.
Well, me personally, I think that's nasty, but there, a couple tenants, not the Nuru nurses living on the cots, mostly medical professionals. They earn lots of dough. I've done their wills. 10% discount. Tenants, for the tenants only. Those guys want it stuck in that place, you know. The last 3 letters of my name.
Horrific! How many people are living in the Lucky 7, Tarzana?
Well, there were lots of vacancies when most of the Nuru nurses got dispatched to, like, Greenland. One went to East Timor, where they weren't any cases, and now there's one, and she moved into a bunker with a couple of new clients of hers for 60 days.
Well, the other thing I wanted to discuss tonight is I saw some story that there might be a condom shortage.
Yeah, that's why the Lucky 7 Tarzana just stopped using them.
I was told by Nazuki that it was price gouging that was going on in the surrounding neighborhoods.
Maybe that's why they stopped using condoms. Nazuki's just got back from Malaysia. Remus Helms sent her on this plane. Want to see a picture?
The plane looks like that!
You ain't never seen his narrow body 757.
I don't think traveling to a foreign country is a good idea right now.
Remus Helms was up in arms over that condom shortage after the main manufacturer of those things had to shut down because of the virus.
That is true.
Or he sent Nazuki to broker a deal.
I read that a lot of people abstain from doing things, you know, like with condom use during the virus.
Well, they ain't exactly abstaining over there at the Remus Helms Cosplay Ostrich Ranch. Not the Lucky 7 Tarzana either.
I meant people abstain from having children. It presents a run-up on the available supply of condoms.
Oh, yeah, you better get them while you can. You know, Gerber, that's one of those safety devices the tenants over at the Lucky 7 Tarzana can be left without.
Yeah, I thought they stopped using condoms over there on account of the price gouging.
Well, Nazuki doesn't want them going and getting knocked up. That'll put them out of service the last 2 weeks of their pregnancy. You know, being pregnant isn't a specialty. A lot of guys go for that and they tip more.
Well, this is just unseemly.
Well, U.S. lawyers got to know about all the nitty-gritty. We got into those courthouses where they got those dirty plastic bins where they make you put on your cell phone and a pack of condoms you're carrying around if you happen to get lucky with the cafeteria staff. You know, those things ain't clean.
Yeah, I mean, those bins are a great way to spread the coronavirus.
Hey, I ain't going to no courtroom no more. Them civil places are closed.
Dombass, I wonder if people will be afraid to go in those nasty, decrepit places once this thing is over with.
Yeah, I don't know. Just because they ain't got no upgrades in 62 years over at the house downtown, that ain't that big a deal. My condo over by MacArthur Park, I don't think they do nothing with that bathroom since 1918 when it got built.
You're living in a 102-year-old condo?
Well, I got a great deal. Most people think the place still got the Spanish flu. The unit was vacant since about the 1920s.
That's just plain weird. I'm a Los Angeles historian, and I haven't ever heard about any building like that.
Well, you don't really get down with the guys under the tunnel on Alvarado. You got to pass the bottle with them in their tents, then they'll give you the skinny.
Yeah, I'm not sure tent dwellers under the freeway underpass are reliable sources of information, and I certainly don't think you should be passing the bottle with them.
Well, Nazuki say you want to be outhouse counsel, you got to go collect rent. You know, she's got a Nuru massage clinic, the big pink tent under that underpass. She's renting out a few tents nearby at a real reduced rate. They do security and stuff for her, and they make sure the Nuru nurse comes out of the tent every now and then, and that she ain't getting mugged or beaten.
This is deplorable, and this is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show, always trying to cover the strangest events going on in Los Angeles. We're talking to Dombass on a horrible phone connection right now. And, I am answering the phone at the Employment Lawyers Group during business hours. If you need to call, it's 877-525-0700 if you want to sue for wrongful termination. 877-525-0700 for class action on unpaid wages. 877-525-0700 for work injuries. Please don't call if you just need legal advice right now. We can't do that. We're just too busy with the whole close down with the coronavirus. This is Talk Radio 790 KABC. We'll be back in just a minute for more.
Stupid people everywhere.
AM 790
KABC.
Talk Radio 790 KABC News Update. I'm Steve Cumming. The daily White House coronavirus briefing found President Trump again expressing strong belief in one particular drug that might treat symptoms. But as Bob Costantini reports, the medical experts warn that might be too hopeful.
The president said he had spoken with the Prime Minister of India, a nation struggling with its own outbreak, about companies there that produce the malaria drug hydroxychloroquine. For a couple of weeks, he's been touting that as a possible, hopeful treatment for many coronavirus patients.
If this drug works, it will be wonderful. It'll be so beautiful. It'll be a gift from heaven.
He's such a believer, Mr. Trump even offered to take hydroxychloroquine himself. Dr. Anthony Fauci tried again to tamp down expectations while acknowledging there were some patients who'd reacted positively.
Physical separation. That's our most important tool. We'll be talking about vaccines and drugs and things like that will mitigate later.
Bob Costantini, the White House.
KABC SoCal weather, partly cloudy this evening, then mostly cloudy overnight with lows in the lower to mid-50s. I'm Steve Cumming. We're on the News Watch 24/7 for you on AM 790 KABC.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents. You'll proudly mow the lawn. Ask if anybody noticed you mowed the lawn. Tell people to stay off the lawn. Compare it to your neighbor's lawn. And complain about having to mow the lawn again. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance, which, of course, will go right into the lawn. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations. From Dana Point to Point Magoo. Get it right. AM 790 KABC.
Talk Radio 790 KABC. We're talking to Dombass, the incompetent lawyer in the Lucky 7 parking lot with the desk back there. He's telling us about tents and collecting rent or some weird thing.
Yeah, well, those are some of the $500 three-person tents with portable potties. You know what she's charging monthly on account of those tents looking after her Nuru nurses, right?
What is the going rate for a classy tent that might never get wet because it's underneath an underpass where lots of cars traveled before this present situation, and presumably there was enough carbon monoxide to poison the tent dweller in a week?
Well, she only charges $50 a month.
Zuki, I'd rather not ask, but I think the listeners were probably wondering, how does the portable potty get cleaned?
How am I supposed to know? They probably dump it into the gutter when it's raining.
That's horrific.
I'm just pulling your leg, Gerber. Nazuki even has a pump-out service come from those tents. I tell you, it costs you more than $50 a month to pump out those toilets. Ugh.
You're running water in these high-end tents under the underpass near the clinic?
Well, not so much water you can drink, but sometimes the Nuru massage oil and other liquids flowing onto and into the rental tents. That's an added bonus for renting.
Does Remus Helms know about this?
Oh, shucks, he's probably listening. All he knows about is the pump-out service.
Well, I pay over $200 a month for a portable potty with a pump-out on a construction site.
Them Nuru nurses have a lot of experience pumping, if you know what I mean. That's why they're able to do it for 50 per 10.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask for an elaboration on that one.
Yeah, well, that ain't appropriate now on account of them all people who lose their jobs, get sick, the people dying who ain't never died before, just like the president said.
Southern California and the worldwide internet audience of the show doesn't have anywhere else to turn for fresh comedy. At a time like this, we all need comedy. It's actually good for our mental health.
Well, so is a full-body Nuru massage and a session with a cookie that make all of me feel better, not just my private parts either.
Did I invite that disclosure? I hope not. It's the soldier! Hey, no one's allowed in here. Keep your distance from me. I've been in self-quarantine for almost 3 weeks, soldier. You're ruining it.
Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. But I can't sit at home and watch Noah have another orgasm.
Not going to get picked up in the mic that well because he's really far from me, people. You're living with Quinoa now?
That's the only way. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to help her out with her disorder. Sometimes she needs my genital.
I thought things were better when you had that 1.5 centimeter stand-in, and that brought her daily count down from 180 a day.
Sir, yes, sir. Sometimes I wish I had that one still. There was one day I only had to do it 36 times with her. She did it about 70 on her own. Now with me being back to almost normal size after the reattachment, she's never under 180 in a day.
How locked up have you been, soldier?
Well, to tell you what, Gerber, I haven't had any contact with another soul other than Quinoa in 14 days. I am even teaching the defensive butt mechanism on the internet if the lady has the right password, and she's paid for the class and the right supplies.
Okay, maybe you're safe, but still keep at least 14 feet from me.
Okay, and any woman who've learned the defensive butt mechanism sure is safe. She'll never have to worry about being assaulted or robbed or taken advantage of as long as she's got her behind. If she goes down in sizes, I can't guarantee those results.
Is there a money-back guarantee?
Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. There is, but if the woman goes down more than 4 butt sizes or gets into the area of a size 36 or lower, I can't guarantee the results.
I understand that if a woman's butt is too small, she can't do the defensive butt mechanism you teach, but how would a 4-size decrease prevent her from using her behind as a weapon?
Well, sir, it's like if you ride a motorcycle. If you do 250 cc's, you might not be ready for the 1,000 cc's. If a woman uses a regular bedroom toy, she might not be trained to use the Remus Helms model.
No, I see your point, Sargent Captain Friday. Should I get the phone?
Yeah, it might be Cindy D. Maybe we could get some phone sex going on.
Hello? Who's calling at 877-525-0700 at the Employment Lawyers Group to see if they have a case ready to be filed for wrongful termination? Yes, 877-525-0700 because they want to sue for unpaid wages. You just called me at 877-525-0700 for wanting to file a case for serious work injuries.
Yeah, I'm not a new client. This is Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M.
Oh my God! How did you get my phone number?
You fool, Gerber. You give it out all the time on this show.
Been a long time looking for you. You sent in the professional imposter on episode 48 who messed up the soldier's genital. Egden Rebus, some guy I knew in high school, hadn't seen since the 80s, stumbled in when Dombass, who was here in studio with me, well, he's really on the phone. He was subpoenaed to come on this show.
Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M is above the law. I create the law. I was the best hairdresser in all of New Jersey.
Since we have you on the phone, pretty good sound quality, there are a series of questions I want to ask you.
I'll do the talking. Right now, the coronavirus is Style everywhere growing berber toupees that are actually nylon are temporarily out of stock. That's what I wanted to say.
Coronavirus ever-growing berber toupees are actually nylon? Do they have a face mask attachment?
You're smarter than you look, berber. We will make that modification after the United States government gives my company 100,000 N95 respirator masks.
Well, those are needed for the hospitals.
Everybody in this country can't get a haircut right now, but the president needs his hair to stay in style. It looks good, doesn't it? Why do you think it looks so good?
I have to disagree.
You only wish I was cutting your hair.
Oh, no, I don't. I want to look like that guy. But then again, I haven't had 3 plugs put in and I haven't lost any hair.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd lose all your hair with the virus I started.
Virus, you started.
Yeah, it is as so most men wear ever-growing berber toupees that are actually nylon. Nylon toupees make you itchy, especially when they grow a couple of feet a day, and you're always tampooming them to stop their growth. Those little fibers during the tampooming make you itch. The more itching, the more it spreads.
Oh my God, I suspect that this might be the case. I can't believe you're actually admitting this. Listeners, we have Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M on the phone with us.
100 million orders from the red virus color, white background coronavirus style ever-growing berber toupee that is actually nylon, all since April began. So many orders, even I can't get the berber to grow fast enough. And then they itch their faces, they itch their heads. Sometimes they try to get the ever-growing berber toupee that is actually nylon off, and they can't.
I can't believe we're hearing this on this show. This is incredible.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Sir, yes, sir, it's okay. I just wanted to say Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M, sir. I tried filing a workers' compensation claim when I was under your service, and the sex robots invaded the warehouse on episode 82 of the Karl Gerber show with a K, a channel on YouTube. Can you have somebody verify my employment? I went through hell for months when my minor sexual injury turned into a major sexual injury after I got stuck in the not very good Cindy D sex robot.
Wait a minute. There's more than workers' compensation here. There was an intentional act when Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M, did the evil bait and switch scheme. When Dr. Goldman was trying to remedy the soldier's genital injury, and Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M, went in and did the evil bait and switch, thereby attaching the 1.5 centimeter stand-in to the soldier.
You'll never find me. One day I will be in Santa's village infecting the elves, and the next day I'll be doing the 3-trim plug in Washington, D.C.
You can't run forever. After November or January, the law might be able to catch up with you.
There'll be no election in November. It'll be postponed forever. I'll be appointed chief hairdresser. I will withhold toilet paper until the whole country has hemorrhoids.
My God, this is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show, and I don't think you're going to go anywhere because Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M, is actually on the very phone line to this show right now when we come back. But if you want to call me on that same phone line about a new case, 877-525-0700 if your employer wronged you. They didn't pay you, maybe. Yes, 877-525-0700 for righteous legal representation during normal business hours, even during the coronavirus quarantine brought on by this lovely administration we have in this country. 525-0700 if you want to sue your employer because you complained about something illegal. Maybe they were making you wear an ever-growing Berber toupee that's actually nylon, and they fired you, and you said you didn't want to be itching and get the coronavirus. All right, this is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show on Talk Radio 790 KABC. We'll be back in just a minute with Dombass and Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting and the Soldier.
All right, everyone, let's get this party started. Yeah! McDonald's Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for everyone. Give me back the Filet-O-Fish. Give me that fish. Give me back the
Hey, what kind of music is this? Wait, is that a fish at the DJ booth?
Well, it is a Filet-O-Fish party.
Get wild at McDonald's with $2 Filet-O-Fish Fridays. Dive into this wild-caught classic and keep the party flowing. Limited time offer. Prices and participation may vary.
Look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Lou Manfredini, host of House Smarts TV and radio, with tips and information to protect you and your family during the COVID-19 outbreak. Stay in touch with others by phone or email. If you live alone and become sick during the COVID-19 outbreak, you may need help. If you have a chronic medical condition and live alone, ask family, friends, and healthcare providers to check on you during the outbreak. And if you know family and friends with chronic medical conditions are living alone, be sure to stay in touch with them. For more information, visit cdc.gov. Stay home and stay safe.
Talk Radio 790 KBC. I'm Karl Gerber. This is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show. I'm a real workplace lawyer. We have no other than the evil Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M on one phone, Dombass on another, and the Soldier 14 feet away from me in my office studio.
Sir, yes, sir. I've been to Afghanistan. I was in the Bay with Molly Machete. If all of those women in this country with the right-shaped butts mobilized, learn the defensive butt mechanism, they will revolt. It will never work, Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M.
Their butts will be sore after 6 months without toilet paper. They won't be able to grow a federal hamster with their behinds.
They'll have to mobilize now before the toilet paper shortage gets any worse.
Why do you think the president hasn't enacted the Defense Act to require the production of toilet paper? It's all part of the masturbator's plan.
We'll make toilet paper out of bamboo. My forest alone will create enough toilet paper for Los Angeles County.
Good, but don't say you got all that bamboo on the radio. You'll get raided, by the way. Can you give me a couple cases of toilet paper? I use more than most people.
Dombass, you're there? Come to New Jersey and join the forces. I'll get you to work in Queens selling carpets for the head and the townhome floors in the meantime.
Works close to the New York border, and even in Queens, there are a lot of coronavirus cases there right now.
Yeah, all my relatives in Queens are coming down with the virus. I don't want to get no virus. I don't want my clients seeing those obscene images on TV of the delicious, divine sex robots doing that obscene thing with the bonbons. Oh.
Dombass even has a bad phone connection. Dombass, That's a computer virus that originated in the Corona mobility estates in a mobile home, cheapvacationrentals.com rents. That's episode 94 of the Karl Gerber with a K channel on YouTube. That is not the virus Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M, is spreading with his ever-growing berber toupees that are actually nylon.
Hey, Myron, I used to call you that when I worked for you selling carpets for the head and townhome floor. I know there's more to your name now, but I ain't the sharpest tool in the genital shed. It's hard for me to remember all those words in your name, and the way it is pronounced different than it's spelled.
Dombass, you must address me correctly or not address me at all.
What if I wanted to say was on account of you graciously sending me the ever-growing berber toupee that is actually nylon? I think it's the Christmas model, blue, white, and green. I got it last week. It's kind of hot. I don't think I can be wearing it right now, and the Nuru nurses at work aren't coming in, so there ain't too many people to see me sporting such a fine thing.
Well, that's good, Dombass. So you aren't wearing that now that we're hearing about the itching and spreading it's causing.
That's no way to thank me for such an expensive gift, Dombass. There'll be consequences.
Is that a threat? Are you making criminal threats on live radio?
Of course, nobody will ever catch my strands of ever-growing berber that is actually nylon.
Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M. You wear an ever-growing berber toupee that's actually nylon?
I created the ever-growing berber toupee that is actually nylon. My closet contains the coral reef model, pink, orange, and white, the Christmas toupee, the coronavirus toupee. There's no style I don't have access to. I have more ever-growing berber toupees than anybody on this earth.
That's good. Do you regularly sport a model?
I'm wearing the current toupee with little red triangles that look like ground beef right now. I'll be on TV in less than an hour recommending to the people of the United States that they start wearing ever-growing berber toupees that are actually nylon to shield them from the dangers of the coronavirus. The president will be endorsing me, saying that I am a good man.
Oh, Pete, that's a lot. Soldier, is there anything you can do to stop this irresponsible broadcast?
Gerber, I wouldn't be too concerned if those two guys on TV, I mean, nobody even trusts the president.
Well, that's got to be the brightest thing Dombass has ever said.
Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I am a patriot. Many tours of duty. I will start mobilizing the women of the world who have the right butts. We'll bring down Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M. The force of all those butts will outpower even the strongest strands of ever-growing berber that are actually nylon.
Yes, let's get the word out to all the joggers in yoga pants right now with the right shaped butts.
You know what? Big butts are no threat to ever-growing berber that is actually nylon.
We've got other biologically engineered parts, too.
Oh, boy, you better run, Myron, like that time when the customers was chasing you and your toupee fell off in the head. They're going to bring all the genitals.
I actually have Dr. D on the other line right now. Dr. Chu has agreed to release an entire laboratory of bioengineered genitals into the vicinity with where Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M, plans to falsely tout that his ever-growing berber toupees that are actually nylon can shield one from the coronavirus.
Oh, look at me. I'm so scared. I hope Bernie Sanders gets elected.
I was sort of wondering something. What do you call into the show, Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M?
You know what? I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, I don't really care.
Oh, you will care.
I'm looking at the caller ID on the phone you're calling in from. It says Myron A. Milstein.
No, I'm Myron Alfombra Pronounced Matting, but spelled Eminem. Do I make myself clear?
Oh, yeah, that was his last name, Milstein. Now I'm remembering.
I wonder what the A stands for. That's my middle initial, too.
Hey, it's like that drink with the lemonade, Arnold. Minute Maid, Kool-Aid, or something like that.
You'll never find me.
One of the guests on this show claimed that you changed your cell phone number every week. Is that true?
How am I supposed to do that when I've got an important person to plug trim to do? The Secret Service shouldn't have time to look for my cell phone number, but they said they'd rather be doing that than waiting around for the boss to change his diaper and do another tweet.
That's an admission.
When the ever-growing berber that is actually nylon takes over in a couple of months, there won't be any employees or employers left to sue. I'll own every last roll of toilet paper in this whole country.
Such ambition.
Hey, Myron, on account we go way back to when you were just a hairdresser at Queens selling carpets for the townhome floor and the head. Do you think you could give me a couple of rolls? I'm living in this new condo, not new. It was built in 1918, and the plumbing ain't that good. Every time I throw hot dog wrappers and racing forums in there, the toilet gets all backed up. When I pull the string on the wall, it just keeps pumping the way the Nuru nurses showed me.
This entire conversation is beneath me.
Just wait and see. First the virus, then the strands of the ever-growing berber that is actually nylon will take over. Then the election will be postponed, and I'll come to the rescue with rolls of toilet paper.
On account of there being a more likely than not probability this will happen, I think I'm going to take off for Canada until this country gets a more stable, responsible government.
Oh, you really going to do that, Gerber?
Well, as the listeners know, there is nothing I love more than Los Angeles, its history, and California too. But being that the government has completely failed us, and so has the supply chain of basic goods, it is time that I leave the rest of the country to the demagoguery of some fool hairdresser, perhaps, who makes ever-growing berber toupees that are actually nylon and has a couple rolls of toilet paper.
Wow, is that it? Is Gerber done here?
Sir, yes, sir. I think he is. If he isn't back here next week, stay tuned to the Karl Gerber with the K channel on YouTube for more developments.
Oh, right. I do suggest that if you want to hire me to do a real lawsuit that's ready to go, call me at 877-525-0700. I've been practicing employment law since 1993. That's a long time. 877-525-0700 to get the most interesting employment lawyer in California. Before all this went down, I had offices everywhere. I met clients up, and now we sign clients up on the internet. Well, isn't that fun? And we take depositions on the internet and tried a mediation on the internet, but that really wasn't very successful. Okay, 877-525-0700. Write that number down. That's me, Karl Gerber. I represent employees, sexual harassment, unpaid wages, maybe a work injury, a job termination for protected medical characteristic, age, maybe sexual harassment. If you complained about something illegal and you got fired, you need to start subscribing to the Karl Gerber with the K channel on YouTube. This world is very uncertain right now, and I don't know how much longer I will even be on this particular station. Whether the show moves to another station is up in the air right now because I really don't have the time anymore to do this, being that the whole world has gone to pot. So stay with this. Karl Gerber with the K channel on YouTube. This has been some of the best comedy you've probably ever heard. We'll probably be back next week, but it's really on times right now with the coronavirus. So please subscribe to the Karl Gerber with the K channel on YouTube. And remember me if you need an employment lawyer anywhere in California. Thank you for listening to the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show on Talk Radio 790 KABC. Have a wonderful week sitting around your house waiting for a phone delivery or a toilet paper delivery or whatever it might be.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents. You'll proudly mow the lawn. Ask if anybody noticed you mowed the lawn. Tell people to stay off the lawn. Compare it to your neighbor's lawn. And complain about having to mow the lawn again. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance, which, of course, will go right into the lawn. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear, because for 75 years, he's only said,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like, if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire.